Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another Watcher of Realms. Today's going to be a video on gearing heroes. So I'm going to go through a lot of the heroes. I'm going to show you how you're supposed to build them or how I build them, and talk about some tips. I'm going to talk about basically general gearing. I'm going to talk about basically every single type of hero, how you gear them, what's good for them, all of that good information. I've also developed or am in the process of developing a tool. Sorry for the minimized screen here. I'm in the middle of developing a tool that kind of allows you to do different things with the heroes in game. So first of all, I took all the player rankings in game. I'm not quite done yet, but I'll make a video on it as soon as I finish. I have all the player rankings because I'm curious. I was going to make a tier list based on your guys's in-game player rankings. So that's going to be pretty cool. But also I have all the information on the heroes here. I have their damage type, their cost, their revival time, what their main stat is. The reason I'm bringing this up right now is because we're talking about main stat. So I have all the healers in here and which main stat is actually you're supposed to focus on, right? So Sadie and Vortex and my Dan are HP scaling healers, and the rest are attack. That's kind of why I brought this up, but you'll see a video on this as soon as I get some time to finish that up. Let me open the game back up here, and we're going to talk about all that good stuff. So now let me start with healers. If you're unsure how to see what their healing is based on, just go to an ability that has a heal, click heal, and it'll say restores HP based on the target's max HP and the hero's attack. So for Nis here, I want to focus attack on her and healing, right? So there's a lot of healing, there's some attack. I got attack here with attack, attack, attack. You guys get the point. You want lots of attack on her if you want to scale her up. So okay, I guess let's start from healers right away. First thing to note about healers is you cannot crit. There's a very limited reason to ever build crit on healers, and there is one artifact that does do something with crit. There's a chance equal to 10% of crit rate that one healing will occur. So I don't even know really what that means, but that is the only reason you would ever build crit on a healer, I guess. I think some people might build crit for the healer Lightlock. He does deal damage based on his healing. I do not know if crit works, but yeah. Crit does not work for the most part for healers, okay? Second point to notice here is attack speed does work. So attack speed allows healers to heal more quickly. It says attack speed, not just regular speed, but it seems that speed is pretty much speed in this game. It's not only for attacks, it does work on heals. Now there is certain heroes that attack speed does not work on. If you see a skill, for example Zealous, he has something that says basically attack speed does not work. Basic attacks are not affected by the attack speed bonuses. So as long as it doesn't say that, attack speed pretty much works on everyone. You can see his attack interval will not change when you get attack speed. It's 5 seconds. I have 50 attack speed accidentally, and it's still 5 seconds. So that's important there. Okay, so let's finish healers. So Vortex, for example. My Vortex build is a lot of HP. A lot of max HP, and then if I can get healing, flat HP, attack speed, rage regen, honestly this is a really good piece. All of those are useful stats for him. HP, we got a nice big roll of HP. We got defense just to help him survive. Crit damage is useless, and healing is nice. Kind of the same thing. You want attack speed, HP, defense, etc. I'm using an HP set because it does affect healing. This is like probably the best piece ever for Vortex. HP, healing, and attack speed, right? This is a really good piece for Vortex. That's what you're looking for healers, okay? As I said, Nisande, you're going to use attack for her. Maidan, you're going to use HP as well, so kind of the same story. That's pretty much healers, okay? So healers, you're building their main stat. It's either HP or attack, depending on what they scale off of. And then you're going to get healing and attack speed and survivability stats. Okay, so let's talk about defenders next. I've been building them just a mix of HP and defense. I never did really any testing to see, you know, is defense better than HP, but I kind of just try to get a pretty even mix. So if I get HP main stat, I'm looking for defense percent substats. or flat HP, or even crit rate. This one's kind of nice, a little bit of crit rate. Now, you don't really need to build crit rate on your defenders. If I get like an extra roll in crit rate, it's totally fine. I'm still focusing on HP, defense, etc. Okay. Now, I do like this Guardian set for reduced damage taken. If you don't have enough gear to make good sets, just focus on really the main stat and trying to get, you know, 1 or 2 decent substats. Okay. So again, we're in the HP set, and I just want defense, HP, crit rate, etc. Crit rate is just a nice to have feature. It's not something that's necessary. You can get some healing rate if the defender has self-heal. Regulus does not have self-heal, but someone like Livian, for example, I believe should actually benefit from healing effect. Now, again, I would not focus it. She has some skills that basically allow her to restore 3% of her HP. So if she has a really big HP pool, she's going to get quite big heals from this. I think healing works on that. I don't see why it wouldn't. But yeah, that's that. Okay, so defenders, you just want to build them really tanky. There's might be some specific ways to build some of the certain defenders, but again, I just want HP, I just want defense. That's what you're basically going to focus on, right? So, okay. Now let's move to fighters. Now, fighters are interesting because they can block, but they also deal good damage. Some of them have range, some of them don't. So there's a lot of different ways to build them. Some deal magic damage, some deal physical. So, for example, Zillatu, she has... I am totally forgetting how to see the range. I thought it was here. Oh, I was just scrolled down. Okay, so you can see some are range, some are not. Abomination does not really have any range, but he does grant it with his ultimate, which gives him a little bit more range and a little bit of AoE damage. But okay, anyway, so now the way I really enjoy gearing these fighters is this Glacier set. It basically gives an attack bonus equivalent to HP. So I run this set on a couple of my fighters here, and that just allows you to get HP main stat that also has like attack and damage stats on it, and it just helps keep him alive a little bit. So for him, I went 3 HP sets, main stats, and then I just looked for damage and attack and more defensive stats in the substats. So you can see I tried to get a little bit of crit. I didn't get a lot, so it kind of ended up being not that useful. I do have a little bit of attack speed on him as well, just to get more attacks out. I'm really a huge fan of Abomination. He's been really good in Guild Boss, and you know, I just use him as kind of a tank, right? Because he can also deal damage, but he can only block 2 enemies. So kind of just gotta give him enough damage to like solo, like you know, like one of the waves down. But enough survivability as well. You can see he has a huge health pool. He's got almost, what is that, almost 100,000 HP. Doesn't have a lot of defense, so I went mostly HP again because that scales into attack as soon as you drop him in because of this set here. Again, you just want damage, and you do want some survivability because fighters, they're going to be down on the field and enemies are going to be attacking them. They're going to be taking a lot more damage than, you know, a marksman or a sorcerer, for example. So, okay, so that's pretty much how you're going to be gearing them. Now, I tried to see if there's any heroes that scale off different stats besides attack. I have not been able to find one. Comment below if I missed one, but I kind of just went through and looked, and all the skills, they basically seem to say that they deal, skills damage based on attack, right? It says ATK, and it says 120% AoE damage, etc. So it's kind of nice. It does actually deal AoE damage, but yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that you guys note that I don't think there is like defense scaling damage dealers or anything like that in the game right now. I at least couldn't find any. So okay, so that's our fighters. Now let's talk about piercers, or you know, marksman heroes. Now these heroes, I'm basically going for the most part all out damage. Sometimes it is nice to have a little bit of, you know, defense stats, just because depending on the level, you might be taking damage. So basically what I do for all damage dealers is I focus fully on attack if I'm not able to get to like, I don't know, 50, 60, 70% crit rate. If I can get to, you know, above 60, 70% crit rate, then I will start focusing a little bit more on crit damage, and attack, right? Attack speed is always nice to have on most of the heroes, unless, again, it's a hero that says attack speed does not basically help this hero. You'll see it in some of the skills. It'll say like attack speed does not benefit or something like that. So the thing I love about this game is there's no accuracy and resistance. I honestly hate accuracy and resistance. They're really annoying. So when you have debuffs, you just know they're going to land. It's kind of nice. So yeah, now kind of read through the skills, because some of the heroes will be like, you know, after you do an attack X amount of times, then you're going to get, you know, an extra attack that deals extra damage or whatever, right? So let me try, I'm trying to find where this one says that. Triggers, oh, right here. For every 2 basic attacks, trigger piercing javelin that penetrates 2 enemies, dealing damage to airborne units. Airborne units take more damage. So, like this person, for example, you might want to build a little bit more attack speed because they get bonuses for how many basic attacks they hit. It's kind of the same thing for Demos here. He basically, when each consecutive attack against the same target increases the damage for 10 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. So you want him to attack often. So getting attack speed on him would be useful. Or even stuff like this, where basic attack has a 10% chance of triggering another attack. This artifact here, you want to gear them to give them a little bit of attack speed. I don't have a lot of attack speed on him. I should probably have more. But again, I also went the Glacier method on this guy here, which just allows me to build HP and attack. But again, I only got to like 60% crit, so you can see I focused more heavily on attack and HP than I did crit rate, because I wasn't really able to get that much crit and crit damage. So yeah, now, I'm sorry, we're talking about Marksman here. But anyways, we're kind of talking also about just gearing in general, so I'm trying to give tips on, you know, what kind of stats we're going for. Attack is the #1 priority. Apparently this game has some interaction with attack that basically allows you to deal more damage. Sometimes the amount of damage you deal, basically attack can kind of work like defense penetration. I think that's how it works in this game. I don't have the exact damage formula for this game, but attack seems to be way more heavily weighted than in other games. In other games, usually you're trying to go crit rate, crit damage as much as you can, and then get the rest into attack. In this game, it's kind of the opposite. You want as much as you can into attack, and then if you have extra, get it into crit rate and crit damage. You can see like my Nyx, for example, has a ridiculous amount of attack, at least for my heroes. I've seen some people with like 20k attack, 23k attack, but mine, we're looking at about 1500 attack because I did go a lot of attack bonus. You can see this is a really nice piece. Attack, crit damage, attack speed, HP. This is an ancient piece, so the rolls roll a little bit higher. There's just kind of an okay piece, just attack and basically crit rate with a small amount of rage regen and attack, and then attack, crit, attack speed, etc. I do have a little bit of attack speed. This gear is quite good, in my opinion. So high attack, high crit rate. I honestly don't think you need to focus crit damage that much. You really don't, unless there's you know, certain heroes that maybe get more crit rate or something like that. I really would invest mostly into attack, and then crit as like a second priority, and then crit damage or attack speed. Okay, so that's Marksman. Sorcerers, I mean, it's basically the same thing, right? Basically the same thing. You want as much attack as possible, and then you want to focus on crit rate, crit damage. I need to start re-gearing some of these heroes because it's been a while since I geared them. I do have some flat stats. Honestly, try to stay away from the flat stats if you can. In the beginning, I really didn't have a lot of gear, so I did level up a couple of these, but honestly, you're probably better off in a yellow one with a % main stat than you are with a red one with flat attack. So just be careful leveling up a bunch of attack pieces. You don't get a lot of gold in this game after the first server launch festival. This server launch festival gives you 50 million gold. If you didn't know, that's the math. 50 million gold for completing it. So definitely I hope you guys focused on that. That'll give you a lot of gold to level up gear. Also, make sure to wait for events. I shouldn't have to say this, but check your event calendar. You'll see, you know, like basically like right now, Tales of the Smith, I'm enhancing gear. So if you can wait till these events to enhance your gear. Same thing when it comes to, there's another one right here, enhancing gear, but there's also like gear drop ones. So like if you can farm, make sure you farm there, etc. Like this one, participate in Gear Raid 3. Make sure you're doing that. Okay, that's pretty much my guide on gearing. I just kind of wanted to talk about how I'm gearing all these different heroes. I talked about most of them and some of the special considerations that you need to make for some of the heroes, but that's pretty much it for the video. Kind of a long one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and the subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.